Good morning. Good morning, Tina. Good morning, everybody. We're just getting set up. We're going to trade a little different today. We have a really active high frequency trading program, or more high frequency. So they're going to be very quick trades, and they won't be, you know, how do I put this? There'll be quick trades, more frequent than yesterday, but not, super frequent. you know, we can control that, right? We're expecting that the market is digesting the gains of the last couple of days. And we could set up for what we call an inside day, where the market doesn't make a new high, doesn't make a new low, and just kind of goes back and forth and back. Now, this can be really frustrating to swing traders, option traders. For us, it's a beautiful thing. So we started this. It took me some time to get this set up, this view, but we started trading at 8 a.m. We are taping this too. Are we supposed to be? No, we're not right now. Shoot. Let me get this rolling here for our members to see and hear this too. Bear with me. Yeah, here we go. Yep. All right. So we'll get this. You'll see. So we have a Camtasia product that say we will tape these sessions. Well, they're on YouTube, but we also tape them and kind of compress them down, and so that we can share this with our members, and we give them the specifics, settings, the specific strategies, and it stimulates their ideas, and hopefully, and it's a give and take. And so we're right here. It is 9/25, October 5th. And we're to the good, $465. So we're going to kind of let this guy run. And let me draw a little arrow in here, draw our attention to this. Maybe we should make it yellow, huh? I always do it a little different. Never do the same thing. How about, yeah, we'll make it bigger than that. But Tina, I hope you're doing well in this environment. It's really been good to us. Hope it's been good for you. And happy to answer any questions that anybody might have. So let's, here we go. All right. But this has some aggressive targets around it. So again, it's going to be fun to watch. We're going to sit back, and so far so good. Make sure things don't get out of hand. And we are underway. Again, we will occasionally come in as we see folks sign in. We don't know who is signing in, and we're not even sure that the count is accurate. It's hard to know. But if you have any questions as to who we are, what we're doing, don't hesitate. I'm not going to bend everyone's ear and just ramble on. I'll let you watch. We take a look at the markets, and the what we have going on right now is we don't want the 60-minute. That's a 60-minute, which is dipping, by the way. We want this to 5. Oh shoot, let's see. I'm sorry about that. These are 5-minute intervals. Okay. Oh heavens. Oh man, I was afraid of that. Oh shoot. Let's see here. I've got to grab this thing. Bear with me. There we go. All right, I can put it back. Should have done this. Okay, now let me see if I can slide this back into position. I get it all kind of cleaned up there for, huh, no, shoot. I'm gonna mess up my, hmm. Nope. There we go. Oh, I see. I think we're okay. Yep. Pretty much. There we go. And we're off. Okay. So again, good morning, everybody. I'm Bagadon, Stock Market Caddy, and we're running a little different program than we ran yesterday. Yesterday was a little more, and the day before was more of a, okay, and you're going to see some pretty active active trading. I don't want to say high frequency. We can make it even faster, but these trades are going to be small and they're going to be much more frequent. And we're looking to trade the chop. We're doing it by machine. Good morning, PD. PD legend. So we turned this strategy on at 8. We were getting set up here, and we're to the good 590, 60. So all the trades are going in robotically and mechanically. So yesterday and the day before, and actually in the days kind of leading up to this, we were anticipating that we were going to have some big broad moves. And so we had some strategies there that were meant to capture those, and they were a little bit slower, right? We're expecting today to have kind of a, what we think is kind of an inside day where we don't make a new high, we don't make a new low, market chops back and forth and back. It'll be very frustrating for future for option traders, and it'll be they'll all be guessing at it. And so we're going to have the machine trade the chop. That's the idea. Now I do want to mention you're going to see that little position window up there. When we trade frequently like this, sometimes the position window at TradeStation sticks. I just want you to be aware of that. I'm not sure if I don't think it's a TradeStation issue. It could be my computer. What it is the cache. And so it will refresh. So if you see it, if I see it get stuck, but if you want to know, this doesn't get stuck. So this is what we've done this morning. And then the live position will be here, and it should match exactly what's in the position window. If it doesn't, it's because the cache memory, so sometimes when we run these, I don't know, like I say, when we run these more frequent traders, that little position window sometimes sticks. And I think it's a cache issue with the computer, the temporary cache. So it'll just generally just clears itself after the next order. If you have any questions on what it is you're seeing, let's just take a look at Swing Machine. What do we see? The S&P cash on a daily basis is right in the middle of the river. It's just dead in the middle now. So this is indecision time, 37.54, dead in the middle. And we're trading at 37.58. This is for a daily view, right? A daily view. Let me it says just you. See if we can widen this out here a little bit. Space this a little better here so we can see the word euphoria. What we can actually do, well, this actually shows us the number of trades. So we don't always use this. We can hide columns, by the way. Let's see if I can space this a little better. There we go. And I'm trying to cheat some space here. So we can, oh, you stinker. No, what did I do? I widened something out. I should have left well enough alone. I want to be able to see it. So what I can do is, I'm going to bring this in. I really widened some. So, okay, there's another order. That crazy. Well, doesn't want to cooperate with me here. Oh, I guess, oh, I see what I've done here. I got way too much. There we go. There we go. I knew one of these columns was off. There we go. Widen this up. So I do like to see this. There we go. Little anal. When you're looking at these screens, the amount of hours we want them to look right. This particular column, these are the number of trades that Swing Machine has generated since 4 a.m. Once again, we're not trading Swing Machine. We're using it as a tool so that we have eyes and visibility on this market, but we're not specifically trading it. We could, and we will, and we do, but we're just not right now. But we can see now. So on a daily basis, market's dead in the middle. 37.55 is dead in the middle. The VIX on a daily is also dead in the middle. We got another winning trade there. And so when it's dead in the middle like that, we can have a whole day. We can have a couple of days of just, chop, chop, chop. The big trade, the easy trade was when the S&P was in panic and the VIX was in euphoria. When we get that set up, then we know. And sometimes, we can have, and even from this oversold condition, we can wind up with the S&P in euphoria in the VIX in panic sell. And that's when everybody and their brother wants to be long the market. And what do we want to do? We want to go the other way, and sets up for another big fat option trade, for a few days. When we're trading like this, we're trading with surgical precision. We're spear fishing. And when we're trading options, it's comparable to, I like to watch that show, Deadliest Catch, like throwing a pot over the side of the boat. And so when we look at the 5-minute interval on the ES, the 5-minute interval went short at 7:15. It's ripping against that short, so it's struggling. The NQ went short at 7:20. So 7:15, ES goes short. 7:20, the NQ goes short. The YM goes short at 3:10, and the Russell goes short at 7:15. So 7:15, 7:20, there was definitely a little sell program. And oil, or not oil, gold, struggling here a little bit, is long at 8:55. Let's knock the VIX back to a 5-minute interval, kind of the here and now. And the VIX is long, and it first went long at 9:10. So the market is probably going to struggle here to get its footing with that VIX at a 5-minute interval trend. And it's not the number on the VIX, it's the trend. And that's what Swing Machine is doing. And by the way, Swing Machine does not use moving averages. It would not work in this fashion. It wouldn't be a fractal. It would be a mess. And but with an elevated trending VIX on a 5-minute, the likelihood is that the market will struggle. And in the meantime, now this trading robot that we have working, it is more frequent than what we were doing yesterday. So you're going to see, but not super high frequency, right? It's not. We have some that'll be trading, constantly. This one, not so much, but it's going to hit and go, and then it'll be doing. There'll be small hits, and we'll keep hopefully our account in a much more um, or less volatile. Does that make sense? Good morning, everybody. We have our members watching and listening to the chart that we're running. Our members will be interested to know the chart. The strategy is running on a point and figure, and so we'll see how we do. Now we could shut down right now. We don't want to do that right now. Once we're kind of just getting started here, so we're going to let it keep motoring here. If there are any questions, feel free. And but this is what we do. So you can see the 5-minute, well, the 5-minute VIX is long at 910. The 5-minute ES went short at 715, you're up 600. The 5-minute NQ went short at 720, you're up 1300. The YM went short at 3:10 a.m., you're up 485, 500. And the Russell went short at 715. So 715, 720, the markets get hit with a little sell program. The Dow got hit earlier in the morning. We see this all the time. All the time. The markets move within 5-10 minutes of each other. All of them hourly does the same thing within the same hour. They're like elephant footprints. Okay, we're going to continue to run. However, there is a um, good practices, right? $1,000 trading intraday is an excellent day. Okay, a superb day. To collect the point. So we're going to let it run a little bit. And it's still early and the market's, really choppy. And the program's doing pretty well thus far. But if we draw back half, at 500, still an excellent day. For one market, one program, for only an hour or two. We may choose to shut down, but in the meantime, we'll kind of let it go and see how we do. But it is your prerogative. And you should exercise that prerogative. Quitting early. Now you can see it takes a level of trust, and a person needs to experiment programs and develop a confidence level in a particular program and in their own capability. Because a person comes in and puts a program on and starts reacting immediately to the money, it's an amazing thing. What they do is they will start capturing, maybe the profits real quicker, and then um, let or start taking the losses. They just over manage it. Right now we haven't intervened once. So it's had some draws, but we have confidence in what it can do. And whoop, there we go. Okay, a little delay. She took a hit on that. Okay, so we have a stuck window. She'll clear, but that 85 is stuck. She's actually in another trade. If they come right on the heels of another order, that's the computer cache. So it should clear itself. You can see the live position down here. That 85 is stuck. Okay, now it's cleared. That window that you see the trade in, that is a feature of the TradeStation platform called position window, the positions. And they sometimes when our trades are trading real frequently, that window can kind of stick, but you can see that in the account it don't, and then they just clear. I think it's like I say, I think it's a cache issue, and so it's probably our computer and not TradeStation. The strategy since running this morning is running a real-time profit factor of 2.36, making $2.36 for every dollar we lose. So all good. We're keeping a close eye on it. We don't want to take a any kind of negative outlier. And I do not have a and negative outlier stop in place. And I probably should. So we're keeping a close eye on it. The Hey Teddy, what are you doing, buddy? Well, it's not time for the park yet. It's either park or cookies or something here. Let's give you some of the specifics. We've had a total number of 17 trades, 9 longs, 8 shorts. Percent profitable on the long side, 66%. The short trades have been 75%. Not that important to us. Percent profitable, 70%. This is just a couple of hours, right? It's 10 o'clock. We started at 8. The average winning trade is $120. Average losing trade is 122. So it's pretty good. So that what we do need, if we're running that close, we do need to have an edge on the winning percentage. And maximum consecutive winning trades 4, maximum consecutive losing trades 3. Percent of time in the market. We're only in the market. We're running at a 6%. So we're not in the market very long. Okay, we just took a, what time is it? 10 o'clock. Do you see that? There, and bear with me. Okay, 10 o'clock. We must have had some sort of economic number come out. Let's keep a close eye on this. Must have been some kind of a number. I don't bother monitoring that stuff on CNBC. But I am aware of the time. They like to come out, 8:15, 8:30, and then 10 o'clock just to screw with everybody. I could care less what that number is. Oh, thanks, PD. ISM services PMI numbers. Got it. Market didn't like it. We don't need the headlines because we have it right here. We still have the VIX long from 910, right? And we still have swing machine, this 5-minute trade, even though it's a 5-minute trader, a 5-minute signal, it's still short from 715. And so I'll just kind of highlight while we're waiting on the machine to do its thing. And you can tell it's frequent, but it isn't that frequent. That's the machine trader. But so we got two things working here. So let's here is the VIX. So the VIX is long on a 5-minute right here, this tea time at 9:10. So our members, that would have been an indication to our members that the market is going to be under pressure. It already was under pressure. So sometimes the VIX leads, sometimes it responds. And so let's make it red. And here is the 5-minute right here. And what this means is the 5-minute ES futures went short 35 5-minute segments ago, or at 7:15. The trend is totally down. On a 5-minute basis, though, it's long in the tooth. It is very long in the tooth. We can drill down. We can't do it now because we're taping all this, but we can drill down and see how many 5-minute winning trades we've had over the last X number of weeks. We can the average drawdown, the average run up, and okay, we took a little hit there, so we don't want to give too much back, and so we may choose to to maybe shut down the program, but we'll continue to give you a view if we choose to do that. We'll see if we can get a collection of winners. Okay, we get away from our little watermark here. So now the NQ went short at also at 720. That's at 720 trade. So let's mark it up here. That tea time, that's up 2,300, and they're continuing to run. There's no going long here for us, not at all. The machine is going to do what it does on that program. It's not trading the same thing. Now the Dow is trying to confirm right now, trying to get short right now. Don't anybody do this, right? Don't, you're on delay, and we're not here to try, we're not trying to hand out fish. We're trying to show you what's possible. Here's the Russell, and it got short at also at 715. And then gold, taking it on the chops here a little bit. As the market sells off, people go to cash, not people, institutions, and so the dollar runs, and then gold comes in, and we're back. We're constantly rocking back and forth and back. But this is the setup, and what we do, PD, is for folks in the Q school, we get their eyes on Swing Machine live, not on delay, and we teach them how to trade in the direction of Swing Machine, ideally using the 1 minute in the direction of the 5, and get them in the habit of going after these little micro trends. Now you can use Swing Machine to counter trend. And we do teach that, but we prefer that folks in the beginning, we have them shy away from that. Try to have them a little more patient. The trends, even these little micro bursts, these little micro trends, they're going to pay more, and it's just easier to get in the direction of we get another winner there, in the direction of the market. But this tells us, basically, if you're short here, you want this to remain all red, and this is the ball flight. If there's any kind of buying, like on the Dow, if there's any kind of buying, you're going to see it here in this little ball flight indicator, and then these tell you how many trades there have been. On a 5-minute basis, since 4 a.m., there's only been one long and one short. And this is the short right now that we're in right now. And then this gives us on any interval, particularly important on a daily, but tells us where we are in the field. And this is all of these indicators in and of themselves are all tradable individually and certainly collectively. It just takes a little bit of practice and comfort. So I don't need to see, I don't need to see a 5-minute chart or a 1-minute chart or a 1-hour chart. I got everything I need right here on the radar. So what we'll do is we have visibility on the time charts. And then if we want to have visibility, if you really want to see the price action, then we will use price charts. So then we combine the use of swing machine in these radars with the price charts, and it's just deadly. I mean, you'll be seeing the price action like no one's seeing the price action other than our members. It's really precise. Yeah. Just is what it is. We also have, we have another nightly timing model. And we just got a little short up there on the program. See it? It's going to hopefully take another winner. It's there it is. Boom. All right. And we're right back to a grand. So we'll let it run a little bit. I don't want to lose half of my high water mark, right? And ordinarily we just shut down and call, but I want you to see, and it's a good choppy day. And but I'm just letting you know, if this account pulls back to half of its high water, we will shut the program down. Is that cheating? Yes, it is. It is. Go get a bead on the performance here. What has it done? Now we can also don't want to overload my computer though, where we're doing a few things. We're broadcasting, we're trading. Okay, so the profit factor is still running at 2. Now, what's the profit factor on the long side? 1.05. Not so good, right? What's the profit factor on the short side? 5.25. So it's adjusting as it goes. We've had a total of 25 trades, and it's winning percentage is running at 68%. So still pretty good. Maximum consecutive losing trades has been 3. So that's tolerable. And percent of time in the market, 7.41%. So it hasn't been in the market much, which is good, right? It's active, but I don't want it to be. This is interesting. The average time in the market, average time in each trade, 1 minute. 1 minute, gone. It's pretty hard to get hit, right? Average time between trades, 3 minutes. Average time between trade peaks, 41 minutes, right? So we don't always go peak to peak to peak. It would be nice, right? Let's see. And I have not intervened at all. It's too quick. I wouldn't try to intervene on this. I could get myself out of sync. Now, it isn't unusual for us to have new folks will first come into the Q school, and they'll see this, and they'll see like, oh, it's 715. That's $1,200, Don, and it's 2,200, and it's 700, and it's like, um, okay, she's stuck on me. Okay, so see, we're flat right now. We're flat. And that position window, the cash is stuck. See that 85 up there? That's not. I'll have to get in touch with TradeStation. I don't like when it does it. It's a little unsettling. But that's what it's doing. It's just sticking. Where was I? Forgot what I was saying. Oh, and so we'll have new folks and they'll say, well, how come, Don? How come I don't have that 1,300? It's so, how come I never get the 2,400? I never get to, that much. And what we have to find out, what you have to find out is your trading personality, and Susie's in her office. She can hear me. And so, and we're totally fine with this, right? So I don't want you to think I'm, talking out of school here, but she has a very different trading personality so than mine. And I like I don't want to say that I like risk necessarily, but I don't shy away from uncertainty. I like it. Weird, right? I like it. I find it challenging. I like to do stuff like that. So, but Susan is a little more risk adverse, so she won't have winners usually, right? Usually, sometimes she does, but usually she won't have a winner that is up 2,600 or 1,400. She'll come in and grab her bread and then wait. But it's very, very effective for her because she got the patience of Job, right? I mean, she won't, if she comes in and if she had this trade, and I don't know, right? I don't look at her trades during the day. She doesn't look at mine generally, if she can hear me, but so she does her thing and I just totally leave her be. But in a golfing format, Susan's the player in the best ball tournament that's putting the ball in play. So I don't have any qualms or any, at all. And in fact, it enables me to take a little bit more risk. And sometimes when I take it and she knows about it, she'll come to my, we have a thing like I don't look over her shoulder at her screens when she's in live positions. And she doesn't usually do that to me. But she'll stand at my doorway and look at me like, what the hell are you doing? Just a look. And I'm like, okay. So we have different trading personalities. And again, we don't have a position. So with that $85, so that it's just locked. And when it gets a new trade, it'll refresh itself. But see, we're flat. This is what we've done. But you may or may not know your trading personality. You may think it's this, But after 3 weeks, you'll know mine and I'll know yours. For sure. And it'll be what it'll be. I won't try to, we don't try to change it. We just try to make a person aware of what it is and then work with it. Work with it. It's just better. It's just better. If you are a person that likes to, you know, it's just like golf too. Like if the person talks really fast, walks really fast, plays golf really fast, um, it can be maddening to play with another golfer that is like really, really slow, right? Or too methodical. That's really, it's really a great analogy, right? So I play golf fairly quickly. And if I'm playing with somebody that's really, really slow, it can really mess me up. It can aggravate me. So, you want to, when you're picking your strategies and what you want to do, you want to match that. And so we're pretty familiar. There's certain strategies. Now, swing machine is for 5 minutes is fairly slow, right? I mean, we've only had, it's the same trade. We could be looking at this all day on swing machine. Entirely possible. But if you're also too, you have to get away from it. If you're looking at the money and trying, and that's all you've been looking at before swing machine, and all you do is look at your money, you win. Oh man, I'm up so much. Now I'm down so much. Oh, now I'm up so much. You'll be worn out and you won't be paying attention to what's really important, here. So like on these 5 minutes, there's been no reason to come out of these 5-minute trades. None. And if anybody did, it's purely based on greed, and, it's okay, to set a stop and to pocket the money. And you certainly don't want to let these turn into losers. But you don't want to be trading. I don't think, we don't want to be trading like that every single day on, oh man, she's still all right. So we're in another trade. I heard it in my headphones. Maybe she's got to cycle out of this trade and clear this thing up here. See if I can clear that thing. I don't think so. Oops, nope. Yep. Yeah, just cleared. Okay, good. Oops. It cleared itself. It's just, it would just be a hard way to go. Now we can look, we can't take the time here today. We can go in and maybe, maybe Tina, maybe PD, if PD is still here, maybe he wants to know, and we got another one stuck. Oh God. Maybe he wants to know, like, Don, this 5-minute interval on swing machine, I see that it's up $1,200 in this trade. Can you tell me what the average run up is over the last 2 weeks? Yes. Yes. Now, you might want to know what is the average. It might be between the hours of, 4 a.m. and 2. All right. What is your trading time? So can you tell me what the average run up, what the average run down is? Yes, we can. Now, what's happened in the past may or may not happen in the future. So what value does that information have? Well, as a mechanical robotic trader, it has a lot of information, but to the uninitiated or to the person who doesn't know and is thinking they just want a, so we're in another trade. You can see this one down here. I should put a box around it. That position window, again, it's the cash on that particular feature of TradeStation. There it is. It just cleared itself. It's clearing itself, but this is what we've done. So this, if you want to know what's happening here. We can go back and we can look. So for instance, so let's say that the average winning trade over the last 2 weeks for the 5-minute interval on the ES, this one here, the machine tells us over the last 2 weeks, PD, the average winning trade is $750. Well, that's important to know, because if you're up 1,600, you know that, you know, on a probability map, you're extended. This is a positive outlier. So at minimum, you'd want to make sure you at least capture that average winning trade. I didn't go in and look to see what it is, and I because we have this window all set up for YouTube and we're taping this, I won't drill down. But when we're in Q School, we do that sort of thing. So these models, these backtest models, they're not what people think they are. I think most retail people think, oh, that's what the backtest is. So when I run this thing, that's what I'm going to do. It's not really how we use them. We use them to help us manage our business during the course of a day, during the course of a week. And we use them to help develop new programs, new approaches. But we're not running back tests to get something that wins, 98% of the time, has a, some absurd performance characteristics, because it's probably, if you spend all your time, the computers can do something called curve fitting, right? So I can put a bunch of gobbledygook together. Anybody can, stuff that just has no meaning to anything, and then run an optimization on it and a back test to generate a performance report that gives you, 97% win rate and a, 180 profit factor, whatever, something ridiculous. And because what the machine does, it just optimizes those values and says, okay, yeah, this is what you did. This, if you had these settings over the last 2 weeks or the last 6 weeks, this is what it would have done. But in reality, it won't do that. And the acid test on this, too, TradeStation has something that I'm not sure anybody else has. You can let me know if they do. They have something else called a walk forward optimizer. So if somebody does something like that, we can take the back test of a of an optimization and plug it into the walk forward optimizer, and the TradeStation product will randomize that data and basically stress test that. And that's how we know, for instance, that these things that you see on the internet, like moving averages, parabolic stops, right? We know that shit won't work, because you can get maybe a decent back test, but it can't survive a forward test. And if you spend a month of Sundays and tens of thousands of dollars, trying to do it, you'll be frustrated as hell. And in the meantime, I have not placed one single trade. I mean, the machine's trade, but I haven't scalped it. I haven't put one on. Nope. And so I am mindful of our high water mark, right? Now we could run into some real serious chop here, but this has been pretty choppy. Even though, it's a dominant trend down, right? And so if we were to come back now and my account got to, half of this high water mark, 750, 800, we will turn the program off. And once again, you say, well, that's cheating. Yep, it is. It is. We stop and do it another day. I said yesterday, I was going to, make an adjustment on that other program. Now we continued, by the way, if you saw what we ran yesterday, we continued to run that into the evening, and we broadcast that too because I wanted everyone to see. And so, and it did clear itself up and got marginally profitable last night, and then we shut down and started this morning. So this is a beautiful thing. Now, if we wanted to take a peek, we're down 62 handles, right? So let's just change this on Swing Machine. Let's just work with Swing Machine here a little bit. Well, there's not much else to do on the other thing. Let's change this to a 60-minute. So where are we on the 60-minute? The 60-minute Swing Machine is still long. It's still long. It went long 46 hours ago. And that person is actually up 800 some odd dollars. But, a new person and a new person to trading, you have to learn to how something works, whatever that something is, and you have to get really, really intimate with it because you won't stay in the trade, right? If you're reacting again to the money. But this is technically still long. It's in a dip. It went long 46 hours ago. It went long at 36.63. There is pressure down, and we can see the selling here, and there's a little bit of buying here. But look where we are on the hour. We're down in here, right? So this tells us the likelihood is over the next 20 hours, maybe they're not in the next couple of hours, but over the next 20 hours, the likelihood is, don't trade this, right? But that the ES is going to move back to what? 37.76. So if I've taken that pressure here, and I'm in this trade, if I'm in this trade and I'm up that amount of money, I'd probably just sit tight, just sit tight. Now, if it goes full blown short, then yeah, I would exit my long. So there's a lot of information here. Now, one of the things that you can do really, really well with Swing Machine is you can hedge it. Well, so let's say you can do it with two traders, you can do it with two accounts, or you can do it yourself. So for instance, Susie and I have done it this way, but usually we'll just do it ourselves. But let's say that I took the 60-minute long 46 hours ago. Maybe what I do, and I got all that profit, but I see the 1 minute constantly, going short, right? Getting these short signals. I could come in, I could be in here with a mini, and I could take the 1 minute and take it short, maybe using 5 micros. To do what? To hedge my long position. So as this draws down, my short position runs up. I'm not trying to make money on the hedge. I'm just trying to use the hedge to keep my core position, in this case, my long position, in the trade. And we will do that, and we do that during the Q School and try to expose you to doing that. We have a relatively new member. Well, it's been a year. Name is Caleb. He never traded anything, and to his credit, he's really he's a software engineer, so he's really attention to detail is really incredible, right? The software engineers, their attention to detail is phenomenal, and so that's what we moved his focus from individual trading to setting up this hedging. And his observation was, I'm going to paraphrase him, he's like, man, it really smoothed out my account. It smoothed out his emotions too, right? It smoothed it out. I don't know if hopefully that makes sense. See, and what we're doing maybe different than what other most traders are doing, like at Robinhood, or the gentleman who young fellow. He's young, right? He called yesterday and he didn't like what I told him. I was very nice. So I would have talked to him even longer, and he hung up the phone. He just didn't. He didn't like what he heard. you know, I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't want to see somebody. I don't want to see anybody waste their time. And I don't want to see anybody get hurt. And I'm not going to sugarcoat. I was very nice. I was just talking about his trading. His expectations were just like just not real, and he didn't like it, and he hung up. Um, but what those folks are doing day after day after day is they're super focused on the money and on every individual trade. Can you imagine? I mean, man alive. And so, and they invested because they made the decision to go in. And so they're riding their emotions. Like, man, that thing's up $50. It's down $50. Oh man. All right, I got to get another 50, and they're grinding on it. We're not. We're setting up systematic programs to trade a block of money, trying to keep our account relatively, stable with a little northerly bias, right? Which is up. And it gives us opportunity to shut down. That's not what Robinhood traders are doing, right? Or the people listening to, boy, I was really disappointed. I sometimes listen, I won't even say, but some of these, I was listening to another podcaster, and I won't go there, but I was really kind of disappointed with what he had to say about Florida. But any case, I won't go there. So we have, this program, we have been running this since 8, and it has had, and I've not placed any of these trades. So let's I'm running a report here. The profit factor is 1.96. So it's making $2 for every dollar I lost today. Maybe tomorrow it's 3, maybe it's 5, maybe it's 1, right? But it's probably going to be, and this has turned out to be, and maybe this wasn't the best program to run, right? I said this morning, I expected it to be an inside day and to be choppy. And so I pick a program to trade the chop. And what do we got? We got a trending market down, so it's doing okay. But if I stayed with the program that I ran yesterday, we'd have huge trades, huge. The thing would be up like 2 or 3 grand, and it would be up big. Let's change this 60-minute, by the way. I'm sorry. Let's get that back to a 5. I forgot to put it back. There, we're back. That's the 5-minute. Now, we have members that have drilled down into the back test and the performance characteristics. I have this set up at 135, but we have some that have set it up in on particular markets, and they're like, Don, it works best with a 2-minute, 7-minute, or whatever they find. So they know we hopefully give them the education so they can make their own manipulations and tailor these things to suit what they want to get done. So let's see how many other trades this is done. So we've had a total number of 34 trades. We're continuing to run. This thing's winning 70.59% of the time. That's pretty good. We've had 24 winning trades, 10 losing trades. And so that works for right now. But the profit factor is the equalizer, and it running at 2, I'm pretty good. I don't want to see it get any more narrow. Now, I do like to hear different people. Sometimes, when I'm doing a programming at night, I listen to a podcast or two. And, I hear these people talking about trading options, 50, 100 options contracts, or trades a day. I don't know how in the world they can do that. How in the world can you be trading? And I think these are not like number of contracts. They're like the number of trades. Options are so illiquid. I mean, you can't trade them. I don't think you can trade them. We can't trade them mechanically. I just don't know how in the world anybody could be doing that. And you can really get scalped on individual trades. All right. Now, I'm fine with options, stretching them out. We usually don't go beyond 45 days, but now we're building a radar. If you like to trade options, we're building a radar that will scan your stocks, and then because options are priced and based on not just direction, but on implied volatility, and also based on time. And so you got to get all 3 right, more or less, depending upon how you structure them. So we're building a radar that will take into account those 3 parameters and tell you over here, what might the best option construct be. Should you be buying an option? Should you be selling the option? Should it be a debit spread? Should it be a credit spread? And we think it'll be very, very good. And when we do that, we get another one. All right, so we got a new high water mark. So we're just going to let this keep going here. I would expect it to, I would expect this market to kind of get choppy now. We're at 1042, over the next, couple of hours. And let's see how this program should do well in that environment. Now, we also talk about, something that I don't hear anyone else talk about, and refer to it as, trade resolution. And the comparison I make is, being at a football game, You're at your favorite football game, Foxborough Stadium, Orange Bowl. And, if you are, um, way, way back in the cheap seats, you get to see the entire field. Um, you get to see all the fans. But in order to see the plays, in order to see the cheerleaders, you've got to get your binoculars out and you've got to zero in to see whatever it is you can see. And when you do zero in, you don't see much of anything else. You only see what's in that little focus, right? So, for an investor, he is basically back up there. And which is fine, because we will make some investments, right? You almost don't want to be that focused on the individual game or on the individual play. But as you get closer and closer to the field, your awareness, you're getting a sharper focus, and you're tightening down the resolution. When we're trading intraday like this, so the person who's like way back, you don't want to be focused on the individual action. But when we're trading like this intraday, we're not just on the 50-yard line, in the stadium. We're actually on the field. We're on the field. And we see the plays coming at us. I will hear Susan say, during the day, like, here they come. It's like, okay, I see them too. And I remember seeing them. That's a whole different view. It is a whole different view. I mean, when you're trading like this and with the tools we got, I mean, you're on the field. You are playing the game. You're going to see the other players. You're going to see, the refs. And if you're an investor, or a weekly trader, swing trader, you probably don't even want to see that. You just want to see the market at night or on a weekly basis, which is okay, right? So you have to give some thought to, what it is you're trying to achieve. And as a general rule, the further out we go, the greater the uncertainty. So the less leverage or no leverage do we use the further out we go. But when we get a chance to hit them, and we're trading like this on the field, we're going to use our leverage to our advantage. But you got to be very disciplined. You can't get sloppy. You can't all of a sudden like, oh, all right, here comes, this is going to be the crash. This is going to be the big one. And I don't care. I'm gonna, take this 3-minute trade and I'm going to be in it, 3 days from now. No. I mean, we want to stay with the interval that we came in at or less, right? You don't want to, which is what happens a lot with retail traders. They will be looking like at an hourly chart. I don't even know how they do it, but we'll hear it frequently. Folks will say like, I have a 5-minute chart, I have a 15-minute chart, I have a 30-minute chart, and I have a 60-minute chart. Like, holy smokes. All right, what are we doing? All right, so when this one's doing that, and that was doing that, it reminds me of, the old comedy routine from the Three Stooges, and Mo asks, Larry, what time is it? Larry rolls up his sleeve and he goes, he's got like 6 watches on his arm. Mo looks at him like, what the hell? That's why you got 6 watches. Well, this one's 15 minutes fast. This one's 15 minutes slow. This one's 5 minutes fast. Mo looks at him, well, Jesus Christ, how do you know what time it is? Oh, that's easy. And he rolls up the sleeves on the right arm. He goes, it's half past 8. and he bats him in the head. you know, Folks make their trading life really, really difficult. Got all these different charts competing with themselves, got moving averages on all of them, MACDs on all of them, all this stuff that doesn't even work. And then when this lines up and that lines up and everything lines up, then and then I hear something on CNBC, and then I just go and I buy and I hold it. Hey, yeah, get hurt. So we're trying to make things just really, really simple and trade the, if we're trading the here and the now, trade the here and the now. Hi, Denelson. Sorry, I was returning an email. Is it um, a bot? Yes, it is. It's a trading robot, and it is. It's not a a super high frequency. We can make them faster, but it's trading. We made a decision this morning that we thought the market would be pretty choppy. We thought that it may not even make a new high or a new low, could be an inside day. So we chose a program of ours. We have dozens of these that would trade the chop. Now it turned out that the uh, the market, did have a nice turn down here, right? I mean, this is swing machine, and these trades here could have been had. We're not running these particular trades. We're running this particular robot. We turned it on at 8 a.m. and this is what it's done. There's no scalps on my part. No trade. I haven't put a single thing on. And it's trading one mini contract. It's done 2 grand. Now, if it pulls back, we've said this, right? Once we hit 1,000, we said that if it pulled back to half of the account, we would stop. So we got to 1,000. It didn't pull back half. We got to 1,500. We said, if it pulls back to 750, we'll stop. And so now we're at 2,000. So if it pulls back to 1,000, the account level, we will stop. But otherwise, we'll let it keep running, let you keep watching. We are mechanical robotic traders. We're a mentoring site, and but I'm happy to answer any of your questions. We can drill down on what this strategy has done, tell you exactly. Since 8 a.m., the strategy has been pretty consistent. It's running a profit factor of 1.99, basically 2. So it's making $2 for every dollar it lost, which is that's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It has had 43 trades, and it's running percent profitable at 72.09%. And it's had 7 winning trades in a row. That's its max. That's all trades. It actually had, on the short side, it had 12 winning trades in a row. Maximum consecutive losing trades is just 3. So psychologically, it's been it's a nice program today. And the percent of time in the market has just been 10%. And it's the longest flat period where it's flat right now has been 13 minutes. Now, this is just today, right? These characteristics can change. Average time in each trade, 1 minute. Average time between trades, 3 minutes. Average time between trade profit peaks, 41 minutes. So we don't go peak to peak to peak, but it's yeah, beautiful equity curve. Again, if you have any questions, if any of our members are sliding by and want to know the specifics, just send me a quick email, and I'll email you the specifics of what we're running. We're actually running it on a price chart, not a time chart. So we're not running, although we have eyes on swing machine, and you can see we're getting a counter move right now. This market very well may have just bottomed here in the last 7 to 8 minutes. Swing machine is picking up. These are counter trades, right? The 5-minute interval on swing machine went short at 7:15 this morning, 7:20, 10:05, 7:15. But now in the last 7 minutes, we're starting to get a little bit of a buy program coming in. You can see it coming in. Now, this particular strategy, though, that we're running, we didn't anticipate this, sustained move down. We probably, if we had run yesterday's strategy, probably would have done better. We would have had, bigger fat, a couple of big fat trades. But we thought it would be choppy, and I think it still will be during the lunch hour here. So this particular strategy is pretty conservative and doesn't. It's not trading like crazy. So, but it's pretty frequent, and it's taking small bites. You'll see the positions go up in that window. I will alert everybody, because of the frequency of the trading, that tool that shows the trade in the upper left is called a position window. And sometimes the position window will stick and then refresh itself after the next trade. But this is our trade manager, so you'll see if it does stick, it's my cache. It's my temporary cache in the computer that remembers the last position, but you'll see it down here. So this is what we've done. Again, we're all about trying to get greed and fear out of our trading. I mean, I've been up and down, been on the treadmill a little bit. I took Ted out for a walk, took a couple of phone calls, just done some reading, just keeping a casual eye on things, and just make sure the account stays relatively stable and keeps moving in the direction that we want it, which is up. So, and there are 20 in the futures markets. There are 24 trading days in a month if you count Sunday night. If you take Sunday nights off or Fridays off, you got 20. $100 a day is $2,000 a month. 200. So $1,000 in a day is a very, very good day. Very good day. $2,000 for the amount of risk that we put on and the amount of time we've been in this market. We've been in the market less than 10% for the whole time we've been on here. Pretty hard to hit you when you're not in the ring. So very, very pleased. So you can see the bounce coming, right? So you can see the buying coming in over here. This is the most sensitive part of our swing machine. We were really overdone to the downside, so the buying's coming in. I'd be wrapping up these shorts. The machine is going to continue. We're not in any trades. If it gets an opportunity, it will do its thing. Trade this chop. So you never really know what the market is going to do for sure on a given day or a given few hours. But no more than what the other football team is going to do or the conditions on a golf course. But there are things that you can do as a coach or as a golf player that can help your game. But you have to have game, right? You have to have game. And so we have strategies and tools that help you to understand what's going on. We're not here every day doing this for our members. They probably, even those that are here in Zoom listening, hopefully have probably turned me off. They've heard all this 100,000 times. But for those that are coming by new, we do these little YouTube sessions. And the purpose behind these YouTube sessions is to show you what is possible, make you aware of a style of trading, trading as a business that we don't see anyplace else. We really don't. I think the Nigerians are nice guys. I'm sure Jim Cramer's a nice guy. I'm sure all the stock jockeys on CNBC are all nice guys. But this, we couldn't be any further from what they're doing. That trade that you just saw, that I didn't put that trade on, the machine put that trade in. It's long. I wouldn't try to mirror it or mimic it. There's a delay on YouTube of 30 to 40 seconds. And again, we're just showing you what is possible. So we're taking small bites, measured bites, mechanical bites, and we can't control the market, but we can control what we do. We can control what market we run. We can control the leverage, and we can control the strategy, what strategy we choose. And then within that strategy, we can choose all sorts of other parameters. We try to give our members an education on how we approach, but in the end, they get all of our tools, but they have to make their own decisions, what they want to run, how they want to run it, settings, and so forth. Hopefully it's more fun that way, more rewarding, and much more fruitful than relying on any individual person. Susan does her thing, I do mine, and our individual members each do their own thing. So again, this is turned on at 8 a.m. Our high water mark is about 2 grand here now. And we've said, as we establish a new high water mark, if we come back 50% of the high water mark, we will turn the program off. So we should, be able to put in our pocket at least $1,000, but we're going to continue to run. And this is a program that is particularly good for a choppy market, although it did run pretty well this morning, and it was trending down. You can see on Swing Machine, we're getting a little bit of a counter move against that earlier short. We'll see how it works out. For those that are just coming in, I'll generate a report. Since 8 a.m., this particular strategy is running a profit factor of 2.04, 1.27 on the long side, fairly narrow. And okay, she just took a little loss there, and 4.45 on the short side, which is what you would expect. So we're running it long and short because and she's had a total number of trades of 44, and she's had 72.73% profitable. That's helping us, obviously. We've had as many as 12 winning trades in a row. The average is 7. The maximum consecutive losing trades, 3 at this point. We've been in the trade or in the market, time in the market for the amount of time the market has been open, or when we've been trading, is just 10%. So we're not in the market. We're not around very long. We'll go to the trade analysis, give you some other characteristics that we can kind of drill down. The average time in the trade is 1 minute. 1 minute. And it isn't a minute chart. It's a price chart. Pretty aggressive. The average time between trades is just 3 minutes. Average time between trade peaks is 41 minutes. So it could be another 40 minutes or so before we go back up and make another new high, right? It takes a little bit of time. So we back and fill and back. Hey, Ted, not time for the park yet, buddy. My golden. Again, I haven't put on one trade, haven't been stressed. We've been pretty profitable. Hey, bud, you all right? All right. So annoying. Who are you talking to? I don't see anybody. Good boy. If you have any questions, we'll let you watch. If you have any questions on Swing Machine. Now, Swing Machine is not trading this particular program. We can and we do, but it isn't today. And if you have any questions, just let us know. Now we can trade, stocks and options as well, and we use a number of different tools to do that. When we're trading intraday, we want markets that are highly liquid, where we can move in and move out. Very, very tight spreads, and the futures markets are ideal for this sort of trading. Absolutely ideal. The contract we're trading is a mini. You can trade multiple minis, but you do want to trade proportionately. And but you can also trade micros, which is 1/10 the size, which can be a great place to learn. We are not trading candles. We are not trading moving averages. We're not trading MACDs. We're not blending, a whole bunch of time charts together. We're not doing that. Okay, so you can see you have to be taught how to use this tool, but you can see the buying coming in at the 1 and 3 minute level against the 5 minute shorts that were on here earlier today. They had big fat profits, and this market is now, you can see it turning green, and we're above the median, and they are coming in. Now, the strategy we're running is not a trending strategy, so it's going to pick and choose. If the market gets long, then its profit factor will pick up on the long side and it won't be, balance itself out. But the overall profit factor, we're gonna keep monitoring it. As long as we can stay around 2, we're fairly comfortable. We haven't had any, knock on wood, any real negative outliers. We don't want that. We don't want to have one trade where we lose $1,000, and we haven't had anything quite like that. We could always put breaks in there, and this particular program I did not, but I've been here to watch it. So what it looks like, and the 5 minute VIX, you can see the 5 minute VIX is dipping, so volatility is coming in, and so the buy programs are starting to step back in. It's a beautiful thing. No fuss, no muss, no need to concern yourself with the ISM. This data point, that data point, all that noise, all that garbage, just total waste of time. If you're interested in that sort of thing, that's great, but it's got nothing to do with what we do. Okay, we're getting close to noon, and we're getting, well, I guess we're at 1500. We're not at half. Um, we will probably turn this down at noon. We won't push our luck, but we'll see if we can get a few more winners in here. It'd be nice to finish from 8 to 12 and put $2,000 on the board. If you have any questions on what you're seeing, don't hesitate. Okay, our cache has not cleared itself, that little position window up there. That is a feature of TradeStation, but you can see our count is flat here. So that 110, that took a profit, but the cache on these programs that we're just mentioning this to everybody, it's a frequent trader. It's not super frequent, but fairly frequent. And so sometimes our temporary cache, we're doing quite a bit with this computer. We're broadcasting Zoom, we're broadcasting YouTube. We're also taping it on Camtasia. So these are all video products. So that might be messing with it a little bit. But once it goes into another trade, it will clear itself. So um, I do not think it's an issue at TradeStation. I think it's our issue. I probably got to clean out my cache here at the end of the day. So that's what's doing that. If you have any questions on what it is you're seeing, I'm Bagadon at Stock Market Caddy, and we've been running this particular program. Okay, so we're actually in a trade. You're not seeing it there because of that stuck cache, but you can see it down below there. And once that trade clears, will it'll clear itself there. Okay, so now we're cleared. We can give you the specifics on this particular strategy. I'll tell you what it's been doing. It's been really consistent. I'm very happy with it. We'll be getting our notes out to our members. Well, the profit factor's dropped down a little bit. The profit factor has been running consistently at about 2. And so the profit factor has dropped to about 1.76. So I want to be mindful of that. Don't want to overstay a welcome. We've had a high watermark of first 500, then 1,000, then 1,500, then 2,000. And we've said from the moment we hit 1,000 that if the account value dropped to half of our high watermark, we would choose to stop running the program. And we never did. And so, that's what we would do here. So we got a guaranteed $1,000 in our pocket, and we're letting it run. It's doing a pretty good job. And it's had 49 trades, 71.43% profitable. On the short side, 82.61, which is what you would expect. And on the long side, 61%. So pretty balanced, pretty aggressive. Let's see what else. We've had maximum consecutive winning trades, an average of 7. The biggest consecutive was 12. Maximum consecutive losing trades, only 3, so that psychologically is pretty sweet. And at least today, the percent of time in the market. So we've been running from 8 till now. So how much time have we actually been in the market? We've only been in the market 13.3%. That's pretty good, damn good, right? So pretty hard to hit us if we're not there. You're not in the ring. And let's look at our other trade analysis. I'm going to have to take Ted outside here for a moment. The average time in the market. Now, we're running a point and figure chart. And the average time in the market, although it's point and figure, is 1 minute. Only been in the market for 1 minute. Average time between trades, 3 minutes. Average time between trade profit peaks, 41 minutes. So I'm going to take a moment and take Ted out for his midday thing. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat. I'll be right back, and we're going to keep running, but the boy wants to run outside. We'll be right back. We'll let you keep running, watching. Okay, so we're still running. It's noon. We've just hit another new account high at $2,000. And we've been running since 8. All the trades have been fully robotic. Not made a decision to go in and out of anything. And we're going to continue. We're going to just let her keep running. If the account comes back 50%, which in this case would be $1,000, we will turn it off. So otherwise, we're going to stay with our little program and let it keep running. If there are any questions from YouTube on who we are, what we're doing, how we approach things, what we're running, it's your opportunity. We're doing something that you're not going to see. We're prepared. We have this view up today, but we can plug in. And if anybody wants us to, right? If you have a favorite stock, a favorite market, a favorite interval, and you want us to plug it into Swing Machine Plus and show you how it would be positioned, we can do that. We can also, in less than 5 minutes, we can show you how Swing Machine is positioned on the S&P 500, all 500 stocks, and the NASDAQ 100. Long, short, what time, what date we went in and out, completely. We're mechanized, mechanical, robotic, and that's why we don't have to have any emotion. Jeff, if you can hear me, I will. This is a little variant on this a program, Jeff, and it's running on point and figure. And I'll make it a point to send you a beta copy of this variant and with some notes. I do that later this evening. I really like what it's done here today, so it's really been sweet. We'll see. Just a little FYI. No problem. Okay, and for everyone else, you can see the buying coming back in now. On the Nasdaq in particular, the 1 and the 3. So the Nasdaq looks like it wants the lead, and if it flips this 5 minute, we could come roaring back. We could clean up this 180-point drawdown. We could be up 200 points at the end of the day. Now, our strategy is going to continue to run, and if the market gets in a bullish phase, it will start trading more successfully on the long side, and it'll do its thing. We're trading off the volatility in our account for small bites. If we wanted to play for larger runs, we'd have to be prepared to accept more volatility in our account, and we didn't want to do that today. It also is suited for YouTube because let's face it, folks may not have the time to see a strategy play itself out for 4 or 5 hours, and they want to see some, so what can something do in an hour or two, for instance? And so that was also the idea. And we got another trade, and it's long, right? So now it's going to start probably picking up on some long trades. It's a beautiful thing. And another winning trade. And the cash stuck. But we're flat, we're out. So okay. So we're doing multiple things. We have multiple accounts and screens. And so this is a favorite look of ours that we like to broadcast to our members so they can see what we're looking at, and also broadcast here on YouTube. But this market does. You can see here. I hope you can see. That the buying just came in about 6 minutes ago, 58 minutes ago, and it looks like it's going to trip off this 5 minute. So we're starting to think that we very well may rally up again. Today into the close could be a beautiful thing. That cash is stuck up there. It'll clear on the next trade. The program, beautiful. I mean, really, really nice trading. Very, very pleased with this. And I will also, Jeff, I will give you the settings. It's running really tight too. But I'll give you the when I send you the program. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. Very, very pleased. Had a couple of sizable draws. I'm running it, Jeff, without a stop. It's that, and it's fast. You'll see the settings. So I felt like I could get away with that, and it's done. It's done a really nice job. Let me just I'll show you the report too when we finish with this. The performance here is it's 1.9. It's been profit factor has been hovering 1.9 to 2.2. It's running at 2 to 1. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and great total number of trades, 52 trades, 73% profitable. Maximum, maximum consecutive losing trades 3. It's only had 3 losers in a row. That's nice. On a day like today, really, really, was sloppy, and only 13.6% of the time in the market for the time we've been here, which is 4 hours. It's great. real pleased, very, very pleased. And average time in trade, 1 minute. Average time between trades, 3. Same, pretty consistent. Now we also took this, we did take this trade right in here. This one about 61 minutes ago. We took it. We're in that. And another account. So that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. You know, when this is for the benefit of folks that are passing through on YouTube, and on YouTube, you know, we don't have thousands of people listening and watching, and that's okay. There'll be folks that'll pass through. We don't advertise. The way that we think about this, the way that I think about it on YouTube, is I figure that the people that we want to reach, they will find us. They'll find us. And what I mean by that is when they see what we're doing, they'll know. And those are the people that, you know, that we want to reach. The folks that, you know, are searching the internet for some whatever and want to jump the shark, you know, they don't want to learn. They don't, you know, they want the martingale system. They want to double their money every 2 days or some, you know, ridiculous thing. You know, it's probably best that we don't connect with those people. Actually, it is best. It's best for them and it's best for us. So, but we upload the videos and folks can, you know, we sometimes have folks that, you know, it's like they'll call and say, you know, Don, we've been shadowing you for, you know, for months, and that's okay. You know, we don't, if you get on our mailing list, we will send you, you know, videos and updates of what we're doing. If anybody finds those annoying, just let us know and we'll take you off, and that's okay. But we don't do any other, you know, mass mailings or phone calls or anything like that. We just don't. And we don't do any kind of like displays at shows and so forth. It's just, we think that you have to have an interest and a passion. You have to really want to do this. And here we go. So here's the 5 minute, right? Here's the 5 minute. So it's happening right here, right now. And if a person took this trade at 507, you know, they're up $100. But this is the issue. If you react to the money, you could go down 100 to 200. You may not be prepared psychologically, or if you're over leveraged to handle the money. And if you react to the money, you'll never get to a place when sometimes this could run up later today for, you know, $2, $3, $4, $5,000. It's possible. But if you have an emotional reaction to the money, it is just like any other device that you might be operating. You know, if you have an emotional reaction to the height, you know, you're flying a plane, oh my God, we're up 20,000 feet. Probably not a good idea, right? You know, anything like that, operating a table saw, you're afraid of, you know, the noise and the sound and the cutting of the wood, probably not a good idea to do that. You know, I will personalize this. Susan and I, when our younger years, we were certified, I guess, well, no, they've lapsed, but we were certified, you know, PADI divers. You know, Susan loved it. I was just okay with it. I spent much of my time watching her. I spent all my time just watching her, making sure she didn't, you know, get into trouble. So this is the biggest draw we've had right now. So I want to take a peek at why this particular strategy and what will it do here? I could intervene and cut this one. This is an outsized loss here, potentially. I'm gonna let the strategy, it's done. We're gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it be. We got 4+ hours vested with it. It's done a good job. But this is the largest draw that we've had on it. Let's see if it can get itself out of here. I hate to lose, 25%. I don't want to lose on one trade now. And it's because the market is now suddenly run. So I'm going to exercise, bear with me. So we have a strategy, for instance, right? We have a strategy that is meant to play the chop. Suddenly, the market gets into a trend. So if it's on the wrong side, it could get an outside loss. And so I don't want it to be too bad. So I'm gonna watch it. But if I intervene, I'll let you know. But that's what we're seeing. But I was saying about the diving, and I got to a place where I kind of psyched myself out about how much water was above us. And that really just, for better or for worse, maybe it was just always in the back of my head. And we stopped diving. I just, I wasn't comfortable with it anymore. And I was never really super comfortable, right? So I thought, it's probably not a good idea, to go down 30, 40, 50, 60 feet underwater and on a boat, if you're not super comfortable. So now trading, we really, and we just don't know, right? We don't know, a person may not know. We can certainly get a person really started and underway, and but I can't say for certain, how comfortable that person is. I'm not sitting beside that person. And so we will, make some very strong recommendations, suggestions, both, physical and psychological, beyond just the trading game, to give yourself every edge to be as comfortable. The more you do it and stay with it, like everything, the more comfortable you'll become, if it's something you really wanted to do. The diving thing, that wasn't really something I really, really had, had a hankering to want to do. I know a lot of people, love it, and that's great, but I hope that makes sense. So that was the biggest draw, and the strategy will show us that. I'll be able to go in and I'll see that $500 draw, and but that's okay. And I understand where it happens. Let's see if it can come back. But I didn't want it to get much worse, so I was prepared to intervene, but I didn't, and so we'll see. Now that's something different. Okay, when I'm not reacting to the money, I'm reacting to the size of the drawdown as measured against all the other drawdowns that the strategy's been doing. So then that's when so I have to like, hey, wait a minute, this isn't normal. Usually the drawdown, maybe 200, 300, something like that, but I'm getting one, 400, 500. Oh, so that had my attention. Still does, actually. I don't like the fact that it's that the strategy is short against swing machine. That's an uncomfortable position. But I'm running, two different things. I'm looking at the swing, so I'd prefer to see it in the direction of swing. But we'll see if it's going to be able to get out of here. And I might even just say, hey, wait, I'll take a small loss here and intervene. We'll see what it's going to do here. Yeah, looks like we're going to be okay, right? So this is what is, and I understand it's hard when a person is new and it's unfamiliar ground, and and there's money involved. I get it, um, but we try to set up the structure so that you can again get comfortable, because you can be comfortable. Um, it's really important. We don't want to get euphoric or nervous or excited or anything. It's just, right? That trade up there is just another trade, but I didn't want it to, get out of hand, right? So she came back. It'd be interesting, Jeff, if we know okay, so she just took a loss there. Yep. Okay. I'm all right with that. All right. So we didn't have to intervene, right? I'd really rather not. Um, but give you for instance, for those that might be passing through, if we can look at the model and the model tells us, that this particular strategy is only in the market for about a minute. Well, what if we set a parameter that said if you're in the trade after 2 minutes or 3 minutes, just flatten the thing out, just get out. It could be kind of interesting, right? It's an idea, it's a concept. Would have to write it, would have to code it, maybe test it, and then see what it does, see if it does. And so we have some sort of a check so that we don't take an outsized loss. Beautiful, beautiful trading though. I mean, where else can you have so much fun? So as we look at Swing Machine, 37 minutes ago, 37 minutes, the minute trader in the fast market, the minute, it can be a pretty nice tool, but you're up 750. 89 minutes ago on the NQ, which we did in fact take, we're up 2 grand. 36, not on this screen, right? Not on this screen. This screen, we're running a particular trading robot, but and the 5 minutes are trying to get long right now. So it appears that they're going to try to get this thing going again, and we could have a nice big run this afternoon. Everything is all green. I wouldn't want to be shorting right now, and but the machine is going to do its thing for this program, right? It'll take some shorts, but it's got its parameters. It'll handle it. We get another few more winners, we'll have new high ground. So we'll just keep ratcheting up our rules. At minimum, we will not run past 3 o'clock, and if the account comes back more than half of the high water mark, we will stop. Otherwise, we'll let it keep going. Okay, so the position window, we're flat right now. That little position window at TradeStation it's stuck in my cache, my temporary cache. I keep making mention of that, so I don't want anyone thinking we're sitting on a long position. We're not. When it takes its next trade, that will refresh. At the end of the day, I'll need to probably delete some of my or clean out my temporary cache. It will do that occasionally, especially on programs that are fairly active, and it seems to stick. I just so you don't want to be. Now we're showing this on YouTube, not for anyone to AFK. Hey Tina, what's AFK mean? AFK. I just wouldn't want anybody trying to mirror or shadow the position window. That's why I say it, because you're on delay. Two, it's not why we're doing this. We're just trying to show what's possible. What does robotic trading, mechanical trading look like? What does it feel like? I hope, I don't sound anxious or nervous or frustrated or, remember earlier this morning, Swing Machine was all red. We're up, thousands of dollars on Swing Machine. So, we could be trading Swing Machine too, right? We could. But we're trading, what we're trading today here. In our other accounts, we did take the NQ long down here at 11,400 thereabouts, and we're going to sit on it. We're going to sit on it, take it in, hopefully into the close. But we can see everything we can see. Susan's got visibility on it. We have multiple accounts, and so it's a beautiful thing. We have liquidity. We have great tools. We don't really need anything, right? I see a AFK, Tina. I'm not sure. AFK I don't know what that means. Oh, no problem. It's so much easier. Sometimes, we have folks that, come to us with no trading experience, with a mature perspective and a willingness to learn. And they might a lot of times be in a better position because they don't have any bad habits, they don't have any baggage. Some folks, been at this for years, sometimes can have a lot of baggage, right? And we kind of have to just kind of, purge it, get rid of it. Yeah, we're getting a nice run here, all green. If I was doing any manual trading, I wouldn't want to be doing any, we're going to let the machine trade that program because it can handle it. But if I was trading visually, just about anything, when Swing Machine does something like this, I do not want to be shorting at all. And if I'm long, and I get some wood in the trade, I want to just sit tight and let her run, let her rip. So we do have some trades on here, and we have nice wood in the trade. We got guaranteed winners. I don't see any reason on any four of these markets, the major indices, on any kind of, interval here that we see any reason to come out at all. And I see absolutely no reason to sell them or short them. So we just, isn't this crazy? Think about all the other bullshit that's out there. I mean, my God. It's a beautiful thing. And our strategy is it's not in that $100 up there. It's flat, and it hasn't fired, and it may not fire, right? So I'd prefer it not. It's meant to trade chop, and if the market's trending, the only thing I got to make sure, and it is trending right now, that I'm not in a got walk that the chopping strategy did not get caught. If it did, I would have wanted to kill it. And how would I know it get caught? If I see a drawdown that is outsized beyond the normal, then I know that, hey, this thing may have got caught, and I may have to intervene and get it unstuck and, or out from under it, then just let it go. So we may not get any more, but that's okay. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Now, if you have all these tools in your bailiwick, you may have chosen, another member may have chosen not to run that sideways strategy. He or she may have run a more trending strategy on a Kagi chart or on a Rinko chart, and they may have, they may be up $5,000 today on one mini contract. Entirely possible. Now, I have Susan in here as well, and I don't even have to go speak with her, but I know she'll be looking at that money at this point because it's up big. It's up big. But I've told her, just do not, for her position, please do not come out unless there's a reason. So what she'll be looking for, and she's in this position here, this 1 minute in queue now. And so I can hear she's very, very quiet over there. And she's watching that money like a hawk, but she's also watching this. So what she'll do is, she'll be itching, but if she sees any little redness coming in here, any little bit of trailers coming in here, she will bang out. I just know it without even looking. She'll just take the money. Susan's, approach is, look, I can always get another one another day. So she may do it, and she may just do it arbitrarily, or but ideally, I ask her to try to try to see any kind of selling. And I don't see anything. I don't see any reason to come out of any long position here. And I try not to, and I try to encourage even members, new members, try not to respond to the money, because it might go, who knows, maybe the 2,900 goes to 6,000, it might, Okay, the strategy just took another trade. It's shown down here. When it comes out of it, it'll clear that position window. And it looks like it's probably a short trade. It is a short trade. Okay, so we're going to bring this program to a stop at 1 o'clock. This very well may be the last trade, and I've got to get a bite to eat and attend to some options this afternoon. And so we had a really nice trading session, fully robotic, didn't intervene, not on one. We don't want to. And we're going to close this one. We're going to disable the strategy, and we're going to, bear with me here. I'm going to try to do that again here. And we're done. We'd be done. It is 12:54, and we've run from 8 to 1, and we will also generate a report on this. So we're going to say thank you to YouTube. Thanks for stopping by, and give us a shout. We can help you in any way.